Welcome back, everybody. We're hearing from Bill Cosby himself now. The comedian says his release from prison after the Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned his sex assault conviction is a victory for all those wrongfully put behind bars. Cosby made the comments during an interview yesterday with a radio station in Philadelphia.
Because this is not just a black thing. This is for all the people who have been imprisoned wrongfully, regardless of race, color, or creed.
Legal experts say the Cosby outcome is a hard lesson for prosecutors and also an understandably upsetting situation for survivors of sexual assault. Joining me now is Patricia Stoyer, who says Bill Cosby assaulted her on 2 separate occasions when she was in her 20s. Stoyer also joined a lawsuit against Cosby back in 2005 as a Jane Doe, filed by Andrea Constant, who, of course, Cosby was convicted of assaulting before that conviction was overturned. And Cosby went home as a free man. Thank you for being with us tonight. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I know you don't want to get into the details of the assault. We won't go that route, but I'd like to know where you were and your gut reaction when you heard the news yesterday that he was going to be set free.
I was stunned. We didn't have much warning about this. I knew that the Pennsylvania State Supreme Court was going to hear his appeal, but none of us really expected this to come down the way it did. So stunned, sad, because it feels like a loss to those of us who spent as much time and energy as we did bringing the truth forward. Comforted by the fact that the only thing we could do was tell the truth, and everything else in this process has been entirely out of our control. Angry that the laws regarding sexual assault seem to favor men more than women, and particularly powerful and wealthy men, regardless of race. And wondering what the purpose was of this 35-year ordeal for me and my family.
What role do you think Cosby's fame, celebrity, and wealth played in what happened yesterday?
I have no idea. But I know that power and wealth do make a difference in this country and so many of the domains in which we live. And so I have to believe some of that was at work. I do believe that from a strictly technical, legal perspective, I understand the judgment that was made. We knew there was always a risk regarding the number of extra witnesses that were brought forward about his prior bad acts. And it turns out that was not the thing that the judges ruled against. It was this purported agreement that existed between Mr. Castor, the DA, and Mr. Cosby, for which my understanding is there is no documentary evidence. There's no paper trail. There is no agreement in writing. There is just their word that this occurred.
A verbal agreement is how they described it. I think what caught so many people off guard is that between Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein, those 2 men very quickly became kind of the poster children for the Me Too movement. And seeing them brought to justice, seeing them, cuffed and go through the legal process felt like a victory for that movement. So to see him walk out very quickly yesterday, the process moved very quickly. Do you think that hurts the movement and the momentum? Do you think it prevents other women from coming forward if something happens to them?
I hope not. I mean, I spent 25 years quiet about this because I thought I was the only one that this happened to. And it wasn't until Andrea Constant started speaking about this in 2004 that I realized I wasn't alone. There was such relief in that to know I wasn't the only person. I didn't have to live with that. I hope the other people who are sexually assaulted, whether it's Weinstein or whether it was Cosby, and there are still women who have not come forward about Mr. Cosby, I hope that they don't get so resigned and so filled with despair that they will not continue to speak. I hope they continue to speak out because our voices matter. And if we don't continue to clamor about this, we're going to continue to suffer as victims of sexual assault.
And last question, literally just 10 seconds left. When you put head to pillow tonight, I know make peace isn't the right term, but how do you reconcile this in your head and carry on? What do you tell yourself?
I forgave him a long time ago because resentment was only hurting me. So I forgave him for me. I don't lose any sleep about that. I accept this because this is reality, and not accepting reality can make you crazy. And so I will sleep well tonight.
Patricia, thanks for giving us some time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Ralph.